Hello my friends, John LaRuffa here with another Unbiased unboxing, and in this episode we're going to look at Anno 1800. I've been waiting for this to come out in the United States for quite a long time in English. Let's go ahead and see what's inside this box right now. Alright folks, and as usual, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel as it helps me grow my fan base. So, taking a look at the front of the box here, very much looks like the video games, so to speak. The back of the box, I'd kind of say this is a little bit of a minus. Again, why do I only see a little bit of the game in play? That's kind of a bummer there. But, I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. Too bad. It could easily have figured out how to make that work a little better, but that's my personal preference. I don't know about you. Your mileage may vary, of course. Okay. So, as we open it up here, notice there's nothing special about the inside of the box. I do see the components have kind of gotten chuffed a little bit in transit. Probably because this thing was on the slowest boat ever, and it went around the world 6 or 7 times, but I digress, who knows. It knocked out a couple of the pieces even. So, all right, let's take a look at what we've got. We've got these different land tokens, maybe. I'm not sure what these are. Each of them has the same thing on the back, so I'll stop flipping it over. But looks like places to build buildings, perhaps. Yeah, that's what it looks like here. You know, spots to build some buildings, or those, whatever those things were, the industries, I should say. Notice that they're a little bit on the thin side, and they're also already warped. That kind of stinks. And you know why that stinks? This is what drives me nuts about that. You put it on the table, and it spins. I hate that. I don't understand. But in this day and age, we have to find a way to prevent this warpage. There's just got to be a way. Whether it's desiccant or something, it just bothers me. I don't know. Anyway, so that's what we've got here. We've got several of these, and I see different factories or industries printed on most of them. Okay. So we had those to start. Then I have, let's take out this next stack of things. So I've got what looks like player boards here. These are also kind of on the thin side of things, as you can see. A little bit thinner. Also, maybe picking up a slight amount of warp, but that could have been how they were laid out in the box, but you can see them saddling pretty good here, which is unfortunate again. Anyway, so there we go. Yeah, this is really thin and flimsy. I am a bit disappointed by that. Now, I love the artwork. I like what it looks like and everything else, but for pity's sake, it's like they printed on soft cardboard. And that is just disappointing because this is like the softest kind of cardboard I've ever seen in all the hundreds of games that I've looked at. I don't know what material they used, but it almost just feels like it's slightly waterlogged. So that was kind of a disappointment there. I'm not going to beat around the bush. And some people ask me, what do you mean unbiased unboxing? Well, this is what I'm talking about. When I see something that does not make me happy, I don't just gush over it because I bought it. I'm kind of, say it as it is. Like, hey, here's the situation. Here's what I'm seeing. So, I mean, I like the artwork. I like the look of everything I'm seeing so far with the game. But, like, really? I mean, this is the thinnest parchment paper I've ever seen to kind of tell me what's going on here. Now, I do like the fact that it all looks nice, But seriously, this is very, very, very flimsy. I mean, it's just a little piece of paper. They've done a lot of different things these years, right? There's a lot of different technologies people use. They use that plastic-like sheet. They use other things that make it more sturdy. This is totally not cutting the mustard. I mean, they could have even put it on cardboard. Of course, maybe it would have worked. I don't know. Okay, so we've got a bunch of bags. They did that right. That's good. I'm happy to see that we've got the bags there. And then we've got our 2 to 4 player rules. And I know there's some 1 player rules in the works somewhere, and I can't wait for those to get done because, let's be serious, I bought this for the solo game, and so I'm going to be a little bit stalled until this happens. So as we see here, this looks like there is a dense amount of information here. Not too surprising. I mean, Martin Wallace games have these kind of rule books that are just, they're a lot of text. We do see a lot of examples, which is good. That's what I'm seeing in these boxes, right down there and such. And so I'm kind of getting the feel of a rule book that I've seen in other Wallace games. So if you are familiar with that, you're probably going to be familiar with how these rules play. Games like, oh, I don't know, Brass, Tinner's Trail, London, etc. Okay, and then a quick reference guide, which I think is really good. So that's a plus. All right, now looking at the cardboard here. Again, this is very, very, very thin cardboard for these punch-out pieces. They could have definitely thickened that up a little bit. Use some higher quality components. And we have in here, we're getting into the other punch boards now. So here we have the missing link over there, the one that popped out. Luckily that stayed in my box, which is good. Now these themselves, yeah, these are really on the thin side, but I do like the artwork. I will say that. I do like the iconography. It looks sharp. It gives you that Anno feel, which is awesome. So that is good news. So we've definitely got a couple of different colored buildings. I don't know if those are for player colors or just colored buildings themselves. I think they're not player colors. These are definitely different types of buildings that you've got here. And I'm going to try not to have them all fall apart. There they go. When you flip them over here. So they seem to be double-sided with, you know, for instance, the yellow on one side and this. So this is probably maybe what it costs. And then, you know, when you build it, what it makes, perhaps. I'm not sure. Don't know. I'll be taking a look at those rules shortly. All right, and then you have a couple more. Okay, so you have another one of those punch sheets there on the back. Okay, and then finally your double board here that holds it all. So this is going to be where we put all of our industry tiles all organized, and I'm sure that will take a little bit of time to lay out, but them's the breaks. Okay, so, and that doesn't look bad, and this is actually a decent thickness. I shouldn't say decent thickness. It's just, this feels like normal cardboard, right? This does not. I don't know what the heck this is. It's just flimsy. If these were the same things, there'd be no problem. But look at the difference there, okay? I don't know if you can see that. But this is a half the size of that. Why? It all should have been this thickness, period. All right, enough preaching for me. Then we've got some nice colored cubes here. Standard Euro fare. I do like the color scheme. And then the cards. So let's take a look at the cards here and see what we've got going on. Okay. Here it is on the side there. Nope. I hate marking up my cards by opening them in a hurry. So I'm trying to be careful not to do just that. All right. Let's hope for some good card quality here. Okay. And the cards are no texture. They're smooth and they're extremely thin. Okay, well, I guess, you know what? It's just going to be that kind of game. I don't understand why Cosmos can't update their components a little bit, make them a little bit more higher quality, but these are just not where I'd expect them to be. Now, I do like the art. I like what you've got here. These are easy to read, so there's no problem there. It's easy to see what's going on. That's cool. So I have no complaints with the overall look. It's just the components. They just feel chintzy and cheap. And that was a mistake. But anyway, moving on. So we've got a lot of different cards here. I'm not sure the specific functionality of each of these cards in the game or how they work or whether they're for, you know, contracts or whatever, but they all look like they're pretty easy to understand. Lots of different people wanting different things. And you've got the different categories here on the back. And then more of the same, I believe. If you're a sleever, you're going to want to sleeve them for sure, like I am. If you're not, you probably wouldn't sleeve anyway, but they are on the thin side. All right. And so then we have more of these people right here. So pretty decent in the artwork, but they're really, you know, functional cards telling me what I'm going to be doing somehow, maybe what I get from him, etc., or her. Okay, so plenty of these cards here. All right, so big deck. And then finally, we've got some of these other ones here, which maybe, I don't know if these are contracts or what they are, but they do look cool. Again, love the artwork, love the look, component subpar. All right, folks. Well, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully that this has been helpful to you. And regardless of whatever you play in the future, I hope you have an outstanding time doing it. Take it easy, everybody.